Welcome to my weekly roundup on Super 14 and I suppose international rugby in general. Super 14's gone brilliantly so far. First 3 weeks, new referee interpretations being taken very well at the moment. A lot of teams are saying too many penalties for us, but you look at the continuity and the number of minutes of ball in play. Had a long conversation with Jonathan Kaplan and Craig Joubert. The referees are feeling that the game is flowing much more. And they're also feeling in control. The players are listening, they're reacting quicker, and I think it's going to be good for rugby. Certainly it might compromise a couple of international teams who did used to like slowing the ball down, but it's going to make a difference. This weekend coming up, a couple of tough ones. I've written down what I think, but the predictions haven't been going brilliantly. I got 5 out of 7, 4 out of 7, and I think 5 out of 7 so far. But I think Chiefs versus Reds is going to be a really hard one to call, but I'm going to go with the home side. Reds have played some good rugby. They smashed the Crusaders, as we can remember, but Chiefs at home, you know, they've had a very successful trip overseas, beating the Sharks and the Lions, so they're going to be, I think, a very tough side to beat. The Lions don't have enough against the Brumbies, especially not in Canberra. I know the Brumbies have travelled and they've gone back home, but it doesn't always mean that you're off your game when you do it. But we should look for a free scoring game there. They're quite good in terms of their structured play, and the Lions have shown that they are leaking a few tries at the moment. The Crusaders, clinical against the Sharks. Second half was amazing. They played some great rugby, and I think they're going to maul the Blues. The Waratahs, I suppose, are going to lick their wounds a little bit after the mauling by the Bulls, but they're going to come home and beat the Sharks. That's happening in Sydney. I don't think the Sharks are going to have a great tour. I love them to bits, great side, but at the moment they're at 6s and 7s. It's not great for them. The Stormers are going to pull their socks up and beat the Highlanders, but unfortunately I don't think the Cheetahs are going to manage the same against the Hurricanes. I think the Canes are going to come and blow through the Cheetahs, the Bloom-based side. I think they're too good. Who are we watching? Bulls have been amazing. Quality side, playing very good rugby. Hurricanes are dangerous. They could beat anybody on their day. Crusaders getting better. They're a much younger side than we're used to. Richie McCaw's back and he was very effective in that second half against the Sharks. Stormers were disappointing. You know, anyone who doesn't like the way I commentate because our back South African sides can see that I get frustrated when we lose. Everybody else, I think, is going to be battling to prop up that middle of the table.